Okay, mission submission number 2. Let's get it done. All right, what do we have in the bag of tricks today? Starting video in 3, 2, 1, go. We got ourselves a nice little pink GB bag. RNC, rear naked choke, rear naked strangle, call it how you want it. I'm with my guy Charlie today on this one, I believe. So starting up, pulling up in my armor, Iron Man pants. It goes hard. It's an inside joke right there. So hand fighting. Bear in mind, again, rules of engagement for me is to get the submission. That is the mission. And what we were working on today is a rear naked strangle. So clearly I need to find a way to take the back. So I try and go into a leg entanglement right away. Immediately, but he's making his distance here. So I try to get the legs, but the legs aren't available. I go for the hands, legs, hands and legs, hands and legs, hands and legs. So I'm always going up or down to engage some kind of contact. So I swing over, I got myself an ashi over here. I raise my hips up to elevate his foot. I pass it on behind, far hook on the other side of the leg, far side of the leg hook, I mean. Boom. He settles for turtle, comes into 4-point stance, tries to roll over. I'm pinning his bottom legs. Bottom legs, when are they ever the top? So boom, we got over here. The only danger here is he could have entangled and attacked my leg as well. So I gotta be able to butterfly that bottom leg next time. But for now, well, it's always gonna be a learning process. So we got my boy Rob over there looking up some DMs. Dude's a player, big time player. But over here we got ourselves a nice cradle position on my end. I do need to stack a little more weight onto him. The moment he elevates his legs though, I go for a first hook here, pins him down. Now I'm looking for some kind of diagonal control, and as you can tell, it looks like my butthole. That's funny. So I got myself, I believe, a gift wrap hold here. I sit him up. Now I'm looking for my first hook. So I'm a little more eager this time around. I could kind of tell that even myself, I usually flow, but now I'm like, okay, now I'm looking for something. Now my body is telling me like, okay, we gotta work, find ourselves some hooks here, or find a way to hold him in a position where we can get this strangle. So I'm holding on to that neck. I have a nice seat belt. I sit him up again. I shoot over. He fights those hooks off, and then he fought him off very well. He tries to go into turtle. I believe he really wants to turn away here. I believe I'm on the strangle side there right now. I got the strangle side. I transfer it to a gift wrap and somewhat of a Kimura attempt here. So I got 2-on-1 on the wrist, I believe. No, it's a Kimura grip. Sorry guys, just busy analyzing, trying to figure things out here. So now I'm focusing on climbing up on the back here, but now that leaves his legs open to somewhat maneuver himself, which he does somewhat into turtle. But I'm making a conscious effort of that, and I'm anticipating the next potential spots that he could be in. Right now, I got myself a modified mount here. I sit on back. I believe he starts fighting off of my legs. Yeah, he actively looks for me preventing those legs there. I go into like a false body triangle there. Arm trap. I grab with my own wrist. He's stuck here. I believe the end is near. It's 2-on-1. I grab the far side wrist with my same side arm. Strangle. And I believe he's gonna call it. And he calls it. So I'd like to call that a success. But again, we do have a bit of time left, so I want to see how many times I can get this done. These guys are very good defensively. It's not easy going up against somewhat of a senior belt. Not saying that I'm good, but you know, they're both working. You know, the new belts are always working on defensively, and I guess the more experienced belt like myself will always aim to attack. So now I went for an ashi, transferred into an X. He does a great job of splitting my legs apart and stripping those grips and my hooks that I needed. So I'm thinking inside control, outside control with either delahiva or some kind of ashi. His head was down. Play with it a bit. Both of them, double wrist grip. I got 2-on-1 on the wrist yet again. He grabs my own ankle. He sits me up. So I'm continuously trying to drag him, pull him, or if he pulls back or pushes away, that's when I try and entangle the legs and strip them off. I go for an ashi here. Professor Raz variation, but no luck there. So he wants to engage, but he's very choosingly. He's very selective with how he wants to engage. So I go deep half here, and then it turns into an ashi again. Same kind of setup previously, in a sense. We're going to a leg entanglement. I'm like, okay, let me just get up here and see if I can pressure my way around. So I'm on my feet. I'm always going to be a little fast, so I redirect his legs, making sure his legs are away from me. If he has forelimbs pointing towards me, that is a good sign of defense on his end, so always make sure those legs stay away. Now I'm hitting those legs as best as I can here. I'm getting upper and lower body control. So he wants to bring his bottom leg back inside in order to flatten himself out, which he does. But as that happens, I go ahead and attain the back here. So not the best camera angle. I should have angled it a little better. So we are here again. We have this little leg entanglement. I believe that is the end of the roll, or nearing the end of the roll. So, I mean, 1 sub. I like to call that a success. And there you go. I mean, that's a little better on my end. But again, I do work on strangles a lot more than the previous episode. And if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that bad boy out. And if you guys like it, please be sure to subscribe, give it a like. Let the boys know we got another round coming up.